I am a competitive Pokemon TCG player. If you've seen my other videos, this is no surprise to you. As of recording this video, the North American International Championships just wrapped up, and the best players in the world are waiting their final competition at the World Championships in Anaheim. What this means for me, as someone who is mid at best, is that local stores are in a bit of an off season. There are no ranked events for a little bit, so that means I have some time off. But as fun as side formats and fighting rogue decks and casual events can be, I started to miss the competitive spirit of a League Cup during this break. So during the downtime, why not see what the other side of competitive Pokemon is about? No, not that. I mean the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet VGC side. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are regarded by many to be the 9th generation of mainline Pokemon games. They are known for running at the lowest frame rate possible, but despite that, having a very lively competitive scene. Now, I've watched a fair share of videos about VGC, but I've never tried it myself. It's pretty different from the card game for obvious reasons, so aside from my experience as a spectator, I'll be going in blind. For a competition that I know to be extremely advanced, I would need some help. That's why for this video, I'll be joined by my friend JJ, who has a more encyclopedic knowledge of Pokemon mechanics than anyone I have personally met, and also has some decent results at VGC regionals. Say hi, JJ.
Wait a minute, I thought you said you were paying me for that.
Now, I've been playing the Pokemon video game since I was about 6 or 7 years old, but competitive battles against real players are a lot different than battling Joey on Route 30. These people will know what they're doing, unlike a computer programmed to be defeated by children. The most notable difference is that all battles are double battles. There's a handful of double battles sprinkled into the single player mode of mainline Pokemon, but it is never the focus. This is already a major challenge compared to the TCG, which more closely mirrors the single battles from the mainline games. Additionally, while you train up a team of 6 Pokemon, you are only allowed to take 4 into a battle. This means you have to know your team like the back of your hand in order to know who should come with you to fight against your opponent's team. To top it all off, the current rule set of VGC also allows for 2 of what is known as a restricted Pokemon on your team. Restricted Pokemon are basically just legendaries that are deemed to be more busted than the other ones, like box art legendaries, for example. After researching teams for about 4 minutes, I decided I would use something that looks like this. The restricted Pokemon I would be using were Pokemon Violet's very own box art star Miraidon, and a personal favorite from Pokemon Gold, Ho-Oh. We have Farigiraf and Grimmsnarl for support, the ultra-powerful Brian Hands, and Ursaluna for some raw damage. The team's strategy is to maintain speed control by using Tailwind, but also have a bulky Trick Room mode in order to adapt to the opponent's team. So now it's time to train up my Pokemon.
Wait. I think you're skipping a step, bud.
What?
So did you check the IVs on any of them? Have you adjusted the natures with mints? Did you do any of that?
And I just use the ones I already have.
Alright, this is the slideshow that nobody asked for. This is how to train Pokemon for a VGC team. So, how you do this, how you train a Pokemon team, you have to understand what makes a competitive Pokemon. You have a moveset, you have a held item, you have a Terra type in Generation 9 because terrestrialization is the generational gimmick. Some Pokemon have form differences, and then there's the Pokemon stats. This is the most straightforward thing. If you've played a Pokemon game, you know that Pokemon have moves. They use these to attack, they use these to protect themselves, they use these to hinder their opponents and buff themselves up. You get moves on Pokemon in 4 ways. Either learning by leveling up, which is the simple, straightforward thing, or they learn by technical machines. In Generation 9, you just go a handy little machine at the Pokemon Center, you get some stuff that you collect, and it makes the TM for you. By egg moves, which you either need to breed onto the Pokemon, or in this Generation 8 the attack, defense,
I discovered a wonderful new feature in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that allows you to use rental teams while playing online. And I found a code that looks pretty close to the one I wanted to use. How convenient. Now I'm ready to head into my very first battle. I streamed my first VGC battles live on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/shmeebtm. For the very first battle, I asked JJ not to give me any help or advice, just to see what I was already capable of. I have a little bit of pre-existing knowledge, but that's mostly from like watching Wolfie videos.
So for those who are curious, and you might be wondering, what is this VGC thing and how can I like learn about it? Wolfie Glick, one of the most accomplished players in the history of Pokemon, his videos are really good, if not very like entertaining. And then there's another YouTuber, Aaron Cybertron Zhang, who I would shout out. Aaron does great content, very educational. He is a former player who mostly does commentary these days. But yeah, both of them really, really great. That I would definitely give a shout out to.
Okay, so they're using Terapagos and Shadow Rider Calyrex. So I'm gonna lead with Miraidon. They do have a Rillaboom, so I'm gonna want to have Ho-Oh in here. I'll probably lead with Miraidon Ho-Oh because I can set up Tailwind for Miraidon, but Ho-Oh will be useful to take out Rillaboom. They don't have a Tailwind setter on their own. We'll do Grimmsnarl in the back and Iron Hands. Because I think the Ursaluna and Farigiraf is for Trick Room, and I don't think I need Trick Room for this. What the heck is that? I get Electric Terrain from Miraidon. Classic Intimidate. Okay. What does Electro Drift do? That's the good one. That's the good move. I'm assuming I want to get rid of Incineroar so it's not reusable here. So I'm gonna do Electro Drift and set up Tailwind too. Alright, we have the turn 1 Terra Ghost. So I'm going to die is what I'm getting out of this. Okay, Fake Out, I forgot about that. Astral Barrage. Oh, this is the crazy move. Jesus Christ. Okay, so I've accomplished flinch. Okay, thank you for not flinching, Ho-Oh. We still got Tailwind off, and I get leftovers. That'll let him last a little longer. Miraidon will die this turn if I do not switch it out. But is that something I want to do? Because whatever I switch in will probably die instead. I can Volt Switch. It will move first. I'm gonna do Volt Switch and let's get some extra damage on Calyrex. We want to get rid of that. Okay, Ogerpon. That's the ground type one. That's a lot of damage for Volt Switch. Oh my god. Let's get out Grimmsnarl. I think that'll be good. So Sacred Fire finishes off Calyrex here, so we're 4-3 now. That was the big threat, I think. I'm liking the position that I'm in. I don't know what to expect from Cornerstone Ogerpon. Okay, we have Terapagos, and he's going big mode now. Let's get off a light screen because we might as well. No, actually. Prankster makes those go first anyway. I'm going to attack while I can still go first with Tailwind. This Ogerpon is probably going to use Follow Me. So I'll actually just get a head start on it and kill it. Yep. I knew that this was going to happen anyway. Okay, half damage on Ogerpon. It might get finished by Spirit Break. I'm not sure how strong this thing is. No, it wasn't enough. Aerostar Form. It didn't get to Terrestrialize, so that's not going to do a whole lot. Okay, so now, what are the chances that it does follow me twice in a row? That is my question. I'll finish off Ogerpon, and let's just protect Ho-Oh, because it can regenerate. Life Shield. Okay, that's not good. Nothing has happened this turn. I could just Tailwind again. Like, Ho-Oh's still looking kind of good there. Let's do this. Hold on, what's parting shot do? Attack and special attack. Let's do parting shot onto Terrapagos, because that's the threat. And then I'm gonna tailwind again. Though this has a lower chance now of actually being able to kill Ho-Oh, I think. I get a free switch. Iron Hands the social. We get Quark Drive from the electric terrain. Oh, I was worried about the wrong target. It's okay. Okay, that's fine. That's okay, I think. We're still 3-3. Let's bring back in Miraidon. I'm gonna fake out the Ogerpon, I think. And then because Ogerpon has access to ground type moves, which I don't really want to finish off by Miraidon. Oh, that actually finished the Ogerpon. I didn't expect that. I guess it was really low. And I do have the attack boost from Quark Drive. Aeroshell. Oh yeah, I mean that just makes everything neutral, I think. Right. Oh, no. Earth power. Ooh! That did nothing! What the heck? Miraidon is stupid. That did nothing. We have Incineroar back. I'm gonna switch out of Iron Hands because I don't want that Intimidate affecting me that much. Intimidate isn't gonna affect Miraidon. I'll just finish off Terrapagos here. I think this is a little bit better of a position. Oh shoot, not the protect. Fake out. It wasn't enough to kill. And I targeted Terrapagos anyway. It has leftovers. I think I can still... I still have my Terrestrialization. I just realized that I haven't used that yet. What is Grimmsnarl's? Ghost? That would make it immune to Terra Starstorm. So, okay, let's do that. I completely forgot this was a thing I could do. I was out here doing it the old-fashioned way. Electro Drift onto Terrapagos. And that's the knockout on that. Spirit Break. Not a whole lot of damage. Getting Flare Blitz into Grimmsnarl. You fool! Now I get to use Electro Drift again. I think that's game. Yeah, nice. I'm not gonna lie, I expected that to go a lot worse.
The crit was very much just like insult to injury.
Okay, how did I do though?
Like, there's a few things that maybe aren't necessarily obvious about the team that I would probably point out to you before you play another match. So, okay. So Miraidon Ho-Oh is a bit of an interesting archetype. It's not necessarily the most popular, but you get a lot of really cool tools. Miraidon is, just like I said, just really, really strong, right? You've got choice specs, and you've got electric terrain. And so what this basically does for Miraidon is its damage calculations for Electro Drift and even Volt Switch turn into one of those like math problems where you get like an absurd number and it's multiple choice and you're not sure that it's the right answer because the number it comes up with is so absurd. It's definitely like the star of the show. And aside from that, you have both Iron Hands and Ursaluna, who both hit like trucks in slightly different ways. Iron Hands obviously has the electric terrain synergy with the Quark Drive like you called out, which just makes it do silly damage, like fake out KOing Ogerpon who resisted it. Ursaluna with Flame Orb and Guts takes a little bit longer to get going, but is also just a ridiculously threatening Pokemon. The two supportive pieces, the Grimmsnarl and the Farigiraf, they're kind of the less intuitive ones. So Grimmsnarl's ability is Prankster, which, if you don't know what Prankster does in Pokemon, is it takes any status move, and by status I mean move that doesn't do damage, and causes it to move with increased priority. Think like Quick Attack. So for Grimmsnarl, its Reflect, its Light Screen, and its Parting Shot are all going to happen before anyone else's normal attacks, regardless of Tailwind, Trick Room, what have you. Farigiraf, I had to mute myself to let you play that first one because I actually probably would have probably encouraged you to bring Farigiraf because the Armor Tail ability blocks the Fake Out from Incineroar there.
Oh, I forgot about Armor Tail.
Yes. And so that is why Farigiraf is still going strong in VGC, even in this very high power format, because the ability to not let Pokemon like Incineroar use one of their best tools is just really, really, really strong.
Alright, so that was a much more successful first game than I thought I'd have, but I'm gonna go again. You don't have to mute yourself anymore. We have Kyurem and Zamazenta. Okay. I don't really know what to do with that information.
This is a snow concept team. What you're going to be seeing here is the Alolan Ninetales trying to set up Aurora Veil, which is Light Screen and Reflect all in one wonderful little package. The Kyurem is probably going to be clicking Blizzard a lot. If I would make a suggestion, I would actually suggest bringing Grimmsnarl in the front.
Oh, okay.
Because you can, yes, you can unselect Pokemon. Okay.
So what about like?
I would say, you should definitely bring Ho-Oh as well. You don't actually get a lot of value out of your Farigiraf here. I would probably just say Iron Hands as the fourth one. Iron Hands, with it being a very Ice-type heavy team, is just going to feast. Ho-Oh, kind of the same vein. Ho-Oh's biggest niche in VGC is actually because it just looks at Zamazenta and says, you don't get to have fun anymore.
Okay. I'm assuming I want to try and get rid of Ninetales so they can't really set up their whole strategy.
That's a very good assumption, yeah.
It is...
Light Screen
and Reflect, are they... Oh, Zamazenta's gone. Alright.
Oh.
It was actually a hard read for me to use Light Screen there. Except Ursaluna is also a physical threat. I'll just also use Reflect.
No. Ursaluna Blood Moon is a special attacker. Oh.
Okay, so I'm gonna want to switch out of Grimmsnarl so I don't have to use Light Screen every turn. Kyurem. Okay. Oh. I'm choice spec'd into it.
Yep. So
forgot about that.
If I can make a cheeky suggestion here. So in VGC, like a lot of it is like inferring what you think your opponent is going to do based on the board state. Ursaluna being a ground type and your Miraidon being an electric type, I would think that there is a ground type move going into that slot, so I would switch Miraidon into Ho-Oh since we don't really want to be locked into Electro Drift anymore.
That makes sense.
And then I would switch Iron Hands into the other slot where Grimmsnarl is to get rid of our Encore problem. And so double switching like this is kind of cheeky in the sense that you're taking a turn to just reposition and not do anything. But if you get it right, you can just completely swing momentum into your favor.
Yeah.
So
I realize here that it's probably not ideal usually to do that, because like unless I'm guessing exactly what they're going to do, I do just waste an entire turn. What is the Terra here? Ice. That makes sense. Okay, but now I can deal super effective damage into... Oh, geez. So, I want to do that. I want to get rid of that. Would low kick deal a lot of damage to Kyurem? I don't really have...
Low kick will do a lot of damage to both of them, yes.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, I have very recently seen an Iron Hands one-shot an Ursaluna Blood Moon with low kick.
Oh. What?!
Oh,
that did nothing!
That's a spicy little take on their part.
I probably should have targeted the oh, that's gonna kill Iron Hands.
Fake out onto the Kyurem with Iron Hands might have also been a good thing to consider there, just so she had it available.
Yeah.
Not entirely sure what their read with the Vacuum Wave was. I mean, it's a cute little thing, but
I need
But
to make
since-
sure I get Ursaluna out this turn then, because it has ground type moves.
Or you have Volt Switch.
And I don't have to worry about the Ursaluna. Zamazenta's coming back in. I can just Sacred Fire it next turn. Yeah, Regenerator is heal when it switches out, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, yeah. It also has leftovers though, so I can just protect stall a little bit. Bring back the Grimmsnarl. I heard at one point about the Metronome Grimmsnarl Gambit, and I know it's not good, but it seems extremely funny.
It's incredibly funny, but definitely not something I would recommend. Yep, check status, and then click on either of your Pokemon. You can see how much longer
there's a
you have
lot
light screen.
more light screen. I'm gonna put up Reflect.
So you have...
Are you winning? I am winning. High five. How you doing? Ooh, okay, they didn't get me. That was probably light screen pulling its weight. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't notice that happen. I thought it just hadn't gone yet. I glanced away for a second. But okay,
Yep.
let's
Yeah.
get a parting shot, or else this is gonna die.
I would parting shot the Ursaluna of the two of them.
Yeah,
it's honestly
very
the more
strong.
threatening Pokemon.
So we're back into Miraidon. I keep getting so many crits. That was a crit! I'm not gonna lie, this team kinda cooks. I have so many defense buffs right now.
It's a very strong concept. What I would probably do here, honestly, is I would switch Ho-Oh out to get the Regenerator buff and kind of just
that's
sacrifice
true.
Grimmsnarl.
Yeah,
It doesn't really
Grimmsnarl's kind of done what he needs to.
and you can just Volt Switch off the Zamazenta to KO it.
That's true.
And then you bring Ho-Oh right back in.
Switches happen before literally anything, so
Yep.
I get that, and then Grimmsnarl's out, and I Volt Switch back into Ho-Oh, who is now regenerated. And now Ursaluna is the only thing here.
Yep. So, Parting Shot gets Miraidon back on the board and drops the special attack. But Spirit Break, it either has to attack your Grimmsnarl, or it takes a special attack drop from that as well. And so, like, it's either die quickly or die slowly, essentially, at this point.
Yeah, it has too many defense buffs and stat drops to go through. It cannot do anything to me anymore. I mean, the light screen is gone now, but I've dropped its special. Yeah, they quit.
Woof. I forget the last time I started at, like, rank 0. I want to say...
Oh, Ice Rider.
It only takes about 20 games to get all the way to the top. Oh, I know this team, too!
I want to try something here, because I know they do Trick Room with Ice Rider. I'm gonna bring my own Trick Room, so I can try to just cancel theirs. Probably Miraidon for Igarath. No, actually, Ho-Oh for Igarath, because they're gonna lead with Ice Rider if they're gonna press Trick Room. So I can untrick their room, and then melt Ice Rider. Miraidon in the back, probably. Who would you say for a good fourth here?
For a good fourth, you probably want Iron Hands.
Okay. Okay.
I'm very familiar with this team, so I won't spoil it for you. But it's a little spicy, so...
Okay. Does Grimmsnarl learn Trick Room? Or did I
It
just...
does not.
Okay, I completely got this wrong then.
I would probably advise doing here is switching into your Miraidon from Ho-Oh
Yeah, I don't...
to get rid of that Intimidate drop.
Oh, yeah.
There's not really a lot else for Giraffe to do here, but it is blocking the Fake Out, which is kind of nice, I guess. So you could just foul play the Incineroar.
Yeah, get 2 damage on it, I guess. So maybe
It is
they
also
saw
possible
that I had Trick Room in mind and decided that they weren't gonna do their own, or they're just not leading with it.
they're just not leading with it. They do go for the Reflect first, though, so... And then... Oh.
No choice specs. That's a little bit troublesome. I'm thinking I go for Dazzling Gleam here.
Honestly, you could even go so far as Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam on this one, I would say.
Okay, yeah, get that
into those two.
Damage boost. I could Helping Hand it.
Yeah, I don't think Terra Fairy is ever a bad idea on Miraidon in this matchup just because you're against two restricteds that both hit it for super effective damage otherwise.
Yeah, here comes Light Spoon. That's annoying. They got both of them.
Grimmsnarl is very annoying like that, yes.
It's a lot of damage. I could do it again. Probably depends on what they switch into here. That's interesting.
Yep.
Finish off the Grimmsnarl.
The crit on the Ice Rider is definitely helpful.
I'm still very low damage for a crit. I can use Electro Drift now. For super effective.
And I would actually highly recommend Volt Switch because you just got Leech Seeded.
Oh yeah.
Because this is the Leech Seed Calyrex Ice Rider that was made notorious at the Utrecht Regional by Michael Kelsch, who is a very, very well-known European VGC player. Interesting that they go into the Incineroar and not the Miraidon in this spot. I would very much just Volt Switch out, and then honestly I would even go so far as to Helping Hand the Volt Switch, just because you're still blocking Fake Out with Farigiraf here.
Yeah, Farigiraf is helpful just by standing here. Ooh!
Nice. So the vision with Leech Seed Calyrex is that you use Terra on it, and you just have this insanely bulky Pokemon that refuses to die. And since Leech Seed takes HP and regens it based off of the opponent, like, you can just, like, farm Leech Seed health off of things like Lunala and Iron Hands and opposing Calyrex and other really beefy Pokemon. It's really, really, really good if your opponent has no idea what they're up against, and otherwise it's very, very mid. This should be Fake Out Trick Room for you.
Fake Out Trick Room?
Fake Out, yeah, Fake Out and then Trick Room, because that's a, like I said, that's a fast Incineroar. This team has been all over the ladder, yeah, and they forfeit because they're cooked at this point.
Alright, I'm going to do one more battle. This time I'm going to use the knowledge bestowed upon me to win without guidance.
Make me proud.
Alright, it's Ice Rider Miraidon.
It's the exact same team you played 2 games ago.
Yeah, okay,
so.
I just have to remember how I did this. We're gonna get up screens, and then, because they didn't start with Ice Rider, so I'm gonna get up screens, and then deal with that. Okay, they have the Calyrex turn 1 this time. So Calyrex is the big threat here. I'm gonna Volt Switch out early. And let's get up Reflect, so it does less damage. Shoot! That makes the Volt Switch not happen, right? I don't... Fair enough, okay. So let's try something different. I actually think I should get rid of this Grimmsnarl. Because... like, if I can keep them from also getting up their Reflect, I don't actually think... Yeah, actually, let's try and stop them from getting the Reflect up, too. Let's do Parting Shot and just switch out both. I feel like I'm overthinking this matchup, like, so hard right now. But... man, I forgot that it didn't matter because it was going to have Craigster anyway. Okay, that's half damage. That's still pretty good. It'd be really funny if I just brought out Grimmsnarl again anyway. Let's do that. I think I'm gonna try and like force this Calyrex to kind of be useless. Because now that Grimmsnarl is back, I can hit it with another parting shot, which will make it deal pretty much no damage. I mean, it already is doing pretty much no damage, so actually instead I can just finish off their Grimmsnarl. That makes sense. That is a move that makes sense. Incineroar is back. That's unfortunate. Oh no, I forgot about that. That was the part I forgot about. That's what wasn't clicking here. Shoot. I knew I forgot about something. That's what I forgot about. Oh my god, it got burned. That was awesome, actually. This is what we in the business call an issue. Grimmsnarl isn't really doing a whole lot anymore. We could bring out the bear. Yeah, but let's get out the bear, and I'm gonna switch you into Miraidon, because I'm assuming it has to have, it's gonna have some kind of attack that benefits from that. Fair enough, fair enough. Probably should have just switched normally. Literally nothing has happened in this fight yet. I feel like we're just like, we're playing musical chairs here. And nothing is happening. Okay, it can't fake out again. So I'm gonna parting shot into that slot. And let's just Electro Drift the Calyrex. I'm assuming their objective now is they know that their win condition is that they have to kill my Miraidon. If my Miraidon goes down, I lose this. Yeah, I figured they would switch their Calyrex into the Grimmsnarl. That's gonna get finished by Electro Drift for sure. What am I doing? I like hardcore autopiloted that. We got numbers, at least. Like, we did get a knockout. Okay. Now, for sure, I'm gonna hit that Electro Drift on... I'm switching normally this time. Normal switch. Don't use parting shot on Incineroar. Wait, actually, the Calyrex just lost its parting shot, so I can do that onto Calyrex. It lost that stat change, so... Bro, this thing is driving me nuts. They aren't doing anything. Nothing has been accomplished in this game so far. Me getting the KO on Grimmsnarl, that doesn't even matter. It already did what it needed to do. It got up Light Screen and Reflect and did a parting shot. Like, oh, they have Urshifu too. Awesome. Is this Dark Urshifu or Wet Urshifu?
It is the wet Urshifu.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm gonna bring in this guy because Ho-Oh will explode in 2 seconds with this field state right now. I'm gonna protect. I'm gonna protect it. Oh, wait, no, I can hit through protect. Urshifu can hit through protect. I don't want to do that. Let's launch. You know what? I'm doubling into this Calyrex because I really want it to die. And they only have Incineroar in the back, so worst that happens. Stop! Please! Okay, Incineroar is gonna go down anyway. I did launch 2 attacks into this slot, so... Okay, that doesn't have like any of the stats. It's gonna hit 11,000 times. Awesome, okay. It's 3-2 now. I got my Flame Orb. Okay, Calyrex, you cannot run anymore. Surely I get it off this time. So I'm wondering, is it even worth it to to get rid of Urshifu first. No, I'm getting rid of Calyrex. I'm not wasting any. No, it has Protect, actually. They probably know I'm gonna do that. So I'm actually gonna I'm gonna hit Urshifu here. Yeah! You can't stall anymore. They knew I was gonna take that opportunity now. Oh, the Headlong Rush got wasted, but the crit. No, I'm not falling for that again. I may have made some dumb moves this game, but I'm not falling for the double Protect again. So I can finally kill the Calyrex. Yeah! The original plan for this video was for me to just try a few games with the rental team and then call it a day. But it's been long enough since I initially wrote the script that I actually managed to train my own Pokemon. So let me introduce you to my team. Now we're gonna do one more battle with my very own personalized team. A battle against the very person who helped me the whole way through this long and arduous process, JJ. Unlike the random online battles I was playing earlier, competitive Pokemon battles are usually played with what's known as an open team sheet. This means that before the battle, each trainer hands their opponent a detailed documentation of all of their Pokemon's moves, abilities, items, etc. That means there's no room for tricks or guesswork, only pure wit. We will be using this rule for our battle. Man, you guys hear music at this point, but like, I'm playing with no music right now because I have to add my own. This is weird. Like downright eerie, I'm not gonna lie. I wonder if I should just click Trick Room. I think JJ is probably gonna assume that I will do that. Our Miraidons are most likely speed tying. So I want to get out of here. What if I just like foul play into the Lunala? I can just double into it. He's probably expecting me to hit Trick Room here. Oh, early Terra. What's going on here? Okay. Oh, he's going for the kill on my Miraidon right now. I think we speed tie, so okay. Yeah, he goes first here. I'm dead. Oh, he lived! Let's go, Dr. Pepper! He always pulls through! I'm gonna read that he is not clicking Trick Room here. So I want Journey Girl. Let's bring in Journey Girl. Yeah, no Trick Room. That was a crit! And Lunala is down. That's one of the 2 restricted. That was an awesome crit. Incredible crit. The Trick Room setter is gone, so I can actually safely... I can safely, Tailwind now. Oh, well, not safely, actually. Let's Terra Grass here. This is gonna force my Terra, but it does make me not weak to anything that's on the field anymore. Yeah, I can't switch, I can't switch Dr. Pepper back in because he's at 13. Intimidate. Doesn't that make the difference in attack stat greater for foul play? That's actually going to help me, I think. If that's how the move calculates. Oh, I should have known. I should have known. Okay, well, Tailwind is up. Tailwind is at least up. You see, he's probably expecting that I will simply do something different because it didn't work. However, I'm not going to. I'm actually just going to do it again. Oh, wait, no. Oh, I know what's going to happen now. Shoot. Why did I do that? I forgot Incineroar has attacks. Oh, Journey Girl. You better freaking move first. Let's go! That did nothing. That did literally nothing. Knockoff. Okay. Crit. I'm not making good use of this Tailwind. Okay, I can make good use of the Tailwind now. I need this freaking bear gone. I need it gone. Like, gone with a capital O. I have like one more turn before I Trick Room. So let's just get like the world's strongest Volt Switch here. I'm not attacking the bear, you fool. Oh, that didn't really do. I was kind of hoping that would like finish it. Well, we have Brian Hands out. This is the last turn of Tailwind, which means I can set Trick Room at the end of this turn. Okay, in addition, actually, this is really, really good for me. So, the biggest threat for me right now is the Ursaluna, but the Ursaluna just protected, which means I can fake out the Ursaluna and get 0 damage from it this turn, and safely set Trick Room. Now, there is a solid chance that he is fully aware I'm going to do that, but it is still a good move for me, because, like, Headlong Rush would absolutely wreck Iron Hands, and I kind of need him. Okay, this is working well. Working well so far. There's one other concern. If this Ursaluna is slower than my Brian Hands, then I'm cooked. Like 100% absolutely done for. So, I need Brian Hands to pull through here and finish off the bear. No! Oh, I'm so... Oh! I thought Brian Hands would be slower. Ursaluna... Isn't Ursaluna's whole thing running really fast? That's kind of his entire shtick. Oh, I'm done. This is over. 100% done. Dr. Pepper, you got three Pokemon to finish off, and you can't get hit once. And you're in Trick Room, so you move last. Not looking great for you. I won't lie. Oh, the fake out. Oh, that was not great. Not the best. I thought your Ursaluna would move after my Iron Hands in Trick
I
Room.
was expecting it to be a speed tie.
Really?
And I was not expecting the Farigiraf to go before both of them. That really
that
threw
was
me off.
surprising to me, but I was really, really hoping that my Iron Hands would go first.
Yeah, you were in a really good spot. If that was, I don't know if that was actually a speed tie or not. The foul play on turn 1 was actually very, very good on you. It was a very good line all the same to like realize that the Lunala was probably staying in.
My deliberation there was whether or not you were gonna hit Trick Room on turn 1.
So that was exactly, I was trying to figure out if you were going to hit Trick Room on turn 1.
I was able to shut down the Lunala pretty well last time. I really want to bring Canic into one of these because I want to see if Metronome will do something funny. I heard at one point about the Metronome Grimmsnarl Gambit, and I know it's not good, but it seems extremely funny. I think I made a big mistake, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh. Okay, The Lunala lead did not come again, which is good. But I don't have Armor Tail this game, which means I have to figure out who he is going to hit with Fake Out. Does he stop the Volt Switch, or does he stop the Tailwind from setting up? I think that he is going to stop the Tailwind. That is a move that will affect the game state for the next, like, 3 turns or so. Incineroar tanking a Volt Switch is one thing, but getting speed control for a while is a whole different thing. So he's probably going to Fake Out Ho-Oh. And I am going to protect it to ensure that does not happen. Okay, well, here comes the Draco Meteor. That was probably not the best call, actually. The Fake Out did not happen. There was no Fake Out. What I'm guessing occurred there is that he knew that I knew that he was going to use Fake Out, and so he just didn't. Okay, so I need to take less damage. That's what needs to happen. We're going to switch into Ursaluna, because then the attack will be completely negated, and he's switching anyway. He's probably guessing that I would Terra, so he's going to Flare Blitz or something into the Ho-Oh slot. Astralizing was the obvious move. Now you may be wondering, why did I bring Ursaluna and no Trick Room? No, he U-turned. Okay. I don't have speed control yet. That's bad. What if... Okay, no. We're not doing that. We're not going to do it yet. I could paralyze the Lunala, but that would help if it sets Trick Room. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to set Light Screen. It's going to Volt Switch, I will bet. So, let's just Facade into that slot. Alright, here comes the Terra. What's it going to be? Fairy? I'm saying that as if he didn't also do this in the previous game. Alright, there's a Light Screen. Dazzling Bloom. Okay, that'll deal less damage. That's still a lot! Okay, do it. Yeah! Clifford! One-shotting the Miraidon. Not even a crit. That's crazy. Panic. It is your time to shine. You're going to do what you do best. It's time for Hocus Pocus. And I'm going to Earthquake because Kanik will die regardless. Okay, Fake Out first. That's alright. Alright, here it comes. Here it comes. Dude, come on! Why'd you do that? Alright, well, that wasn't very good. But, you know, he's still new to the team. We have to give him a chance. We can't expect him to be perfect on the first try, you know? I'm gonna press the silly button. Here comes Moonblast. That didn't do anything. The screens are still there. Kanik has done what he needed to do. Even if he metronomed into Sucker Punch, his job was still complete. Alright, we have Tailwind now. This is good. Alright, we get some okay damage there. The Flame Orb is active, but I outspeed. That is going to protect. I'm like 1000% sure. I'm gonna protect mine. It shouldn't die from burn, right? I kind of want Lunala out of here because I don't want it to hit Trick Room. Alright, Clifford, you got it. Wide guard. Okay. That's fine because we're not hitting Earthquake again. That didn't do anything! Oh, the burn! Okay. It's not over. Oh, it's so over! What the heck? That was so unnecessary. Okay, Clifford. Oh, he's alive! 3 HP! Yeah, man, I'm cooked. Quite literally, actually. He is currently on fire. Alright.
You got metronome.
It's okay. It's his first time on the team. He's still new to this.
I have no idea how that interaction works. I don't know if Sucker Punch automatically failed because it got metronomed.
No,
or
it chooses a random target.
Ah, so Sucker Punch failed because it randomly chose Incineroar, who had already moved.
Yes.
That
is exactly why. If it chose Lunala, it probably would have, like, OHKO'd.
It wouldn't have OHKO'd because it had Shadow Shield up still, but it would have done a ton of damage, and it would have been very annoying. The Facade crit on Ho-Oh might have mattered at the end. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't think it did. I think I was cooked regardless. I could not deal any damage.
Did I forget to mention that the Miraidon on this team was choice specs, or...
No, you did. You told me that.
Okay. Because in the first one, I was puzzled when you went Terra Grass in front of it. Because, like, had I been locked into an electric move, that is 100% the correct decision. But since I was locked into Gleam, you are actually way better off not Terraing on that turn.
You know,
so then I was like...
I think in that moment, I forgot that you could not pick other moves.
Yeah.
Because I 100% knew that you had choice specs. I was still assuming, like, oh... electric type, I am unsafe.
Because I forget what Terra the Miraidon is on your team.
Fairy.
Fairy? Okay. Because, like...
I probably should have also Terra'd, actually. Because your
that's
Miraidon is, like, the same thing as mine, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. You know, like, if you had Terra Fairy'd when I hit the Draco on the second one, like, I do no damage, and you gain so much momentum off of that. But had you instead, like, click Terra Fairy... and I clicked Electro Drift into it, you still get one-hit KO'd. It's just a crazy mind game.
While the TCG is still where my heart lies, it was fun to see the other side of the competitive Pokemon space. It was a lot easier to play and understand than I thought it would be as a newcomer, especially after seeing how advanced it can get from the best trainers in the world. While I understood before that VGC was far from easy, it's hard to truly appreciate the amount of work that goes into something until you try it for yourself. And hey, maybe when I'm not busy making my 57th Archaludon deck, you'll find me on the ranked ladder. Thanks for watching.
So the power items guarantee that stat from that parent is passed on to the child 100% of the time. So the example I give here, so if you have a Fridge Ref with a no good speed IV, it always passes down that IV if it holds a power anklet item. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Yeah, thanks for listening to me ramble about it for only a few minutes.